What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James. I'm back in the building. And once again, you know what it is. You see the star right here. You see the star in the back. We're repping them Cowboys all day. Training camp right around the corner. So we're getting ready for that. But guess what? It's the summertime, man. And we always got to have the interviews for these young men out here killing it in these high school football streets. And we got another big dog coming right here, Mr. Braedon Serna, coming out of Boca Raton, Florida. We interviewed him last year, but now this is his senior season, and he's got a lot of big plans. So without further ado, introduce yourself, Braedon. Give a little background about yourself, and then we'll jump right into the interview.
I'm Braedon Serna, 6'2", 210. I'm a linebacker at Cardinal Gibbons, Florida, and born and raised and lived in South Florida. Played there too. Love football.
There it is. He's a Florida boy through and through. So make sure y'all understand that and know that. But it's good talking to you again, Brandon. We've been playing tag back and forth, and we finally got it. And I'm excited to do it because you're going to turn it up in the senior season. But let's jump right into the questions right quick. So, first of all, I want you to give me a quick recap of your junior season, kind of break it down for us. What were some of the positives from your season last season, and what may be some things that you maybe want to work on as a team going into your final season?
I mean, junior season went really well. We ended, 11-2. Our guys, we held down the fort, but the thing is, we also graduated a lot of seniors. So, being a junior last year, I had to look up to them, and I tried to do my best to really get everything that I can from them. Get all the good, get all the bad, and understand, all the bad blood. You need everything. So I'm really trying to work on being, that big guy now because it's 2024. We're the big guys on campus. So just working on that. We had a pretty good season, I say. We had a lot of accountability. It was good because everybody was with one body get together. We had a weight room lift. Everybody be in the weight room. We had film. Everybody would be in the film room, taking notes, writing down. We had notebooks. Everybody was ready and really on the drive. Like this year, we're going to have our heads down. We're on the drive. We're going to states, and we're going to win it all.
I feel you. So you guys ended up 11-2. How far did you guys go into the playoffs?
We lost the game before semis to American Heritage Plantation. It was a good game. It was a really good game, but we just ended up losing that a little bit. But we'll definitely have them this year, though.
Got you. And I like hearing that. I like that attitude, especially with you being the big dog now. You the senior. Then, like you said, you was looking up to those guys. Now the crown is on your head, and the young guys going to be looking up to you for the leadership, the accountability. Somebody when it's going down, heads are down. You're the guy who's going to be like, hey, come on, fellas. Come on, we got to keep our heads up. You're the guy now. So talk about that right quick. I know you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but do you like that kind of pressure? Do you want that kind of weight? I want that challenge?
Oh, of course. I love it. Because honestly, whenever I end up graduating, I just want to really teach the young guys and have them understand, what to do. And if I mess up, I want them to see that I mess up so they don't have to make the same mistakes as me. Because all in all, it's high school. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to leave. And then they're going to be the big dogs because the chain keeps moving. So I really just want them to learn as much as possible from me. And I want to help them get to where they want to go as well, just as myself.
Well, they're already going to be feeling good because you already, just by you talking, if I was an underclassman, I'm like, okay, I like hearing that, and I'm going to follow. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to put in that work because whenever you got the top guys doing it, not even just in words, when they're coming in, putting in the work all the time, just makes you be like, I can't be slacking, man. Look at my dogs right here. If they going hard all the time, I can't be the one that's the weak link. So I like already how you bring it in. I'm already excited about this season. But let's talk about the linebacker spot. You've been playing it for a while now. You said you on your profile you play outside linebacker. But what do you feel like in particular you want to improve as a linebacker right now?
Probably my main thing would be my downhill speed, like coming off of blocks on a blitz. Because whenever you're blitzing, you only have that 2-second window. The quarterback throwing the ball, and you're like, okay, I got to get there. And I'm good at shedding blocks, but sometimes it takes a little more time than expected, and I just got to work on getting there, being faster. Probably a little bit of footwork or something. But yeah, that's probably the main thing.
All right. So how do you feel about your coverage? Because you know you got to cover as a linebacker nowadays.
Personally, I like my coverage. I think I do a pretty good job. Obviously, it could always be better.
Right.
I'm typically good about with seeing stuff that slides out of the backfield, like when running back would do a late swing or a late hitch or something. I gotta, be the man to come up because nobody else sees that except for me, and I gotta
Right.
make the play.
Right. I feel you. Now, obviously you said you play outside, but I want to ask you this. Do you like are you more of a weak side linebacker? Are you a strong side middle? What do you feel like you're best at?
To be honest, I mainly play weak and strong side,
Hmm.
but game time situation, there's four over here, empty, 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 and then one of them goes in motion. I have to make that change because I'm gonna
Right.
have to be the middle. I'm gonna have to be the strong side,
Right.
and I gotta do it because I can't have everybody's change just because I gotta, I have to come to the pressure and handle. Listen, buckle down. All right, we're doing this now.
Got you. Now, what would you say your strengths at the linebacker position? If somebody were to scout you and we're sitting back from afar, what do you think from the outside and even in your own mind? What do you feel like your strengths at the linebacker position right now?
I would probably say lateral speed and surfing ability. Because whenever they call the blitz and say it's a B gap blitz, but line washes down the opposite way, you have to still make that blitz call because in the end, that's your assignment and you have to do it. All 11 of us have to understand, hey, this is what we have to do. We need to do it, and I have to keep my separation from the lineman and not get tangled up. But at the same time, I have to meet myself at that gap and meet the running back because no matter what happens, he's still coming, and I have to be there to make play.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, on the defense, do you make the calls?
No, typically our coach does, but we
Okay.
rely it. So, if a lineman is in a three tech or something and he's supposed to
Hmm.
be in one, I'll walk up, I'll say, hey, scoot over, and I'll tap his hip.
Right. Right.
We're supposed to get everybody centered and ready. Typically, we're given a call off the sideline,
Hmm.
but after that, it's up to us to understand what's happening and go and be football players.
Got you, got you. And I like hearing that. I mean, how many times do we see a lot of times in the NFL college when they're calling on the sidelines and we see that linebacker come up there and tap that defensive tackle, move over, slide in. We see that all the time. So that's just kind of normal right there. That's an all day thing. Hey, get over in that B gap. Hey, slide over. You playing that zero right now.
Yeah.
Slide over. So yeah, we know that all day. So that's exciting, man. So senior season
Mhm.
last year,
Mhm.
what are some of your goals for your last year? It can be anything, it can be whatever you want, but what are some of your goals that you put forth in your last year that Braedon Serna wants to accomplish?
Probably to obtain as many college opportunities as possible, have a wide variety, get my schoolwork done because obviously student athlete
Hmm.
before athlete, and probably just keep my GPA rising, stay on that steady climb. I finished last quarter with a 4.2 weighted, so stuff like that.
I like that. I actually seen that. You know, I checked your grades out when you posted that on your Twitter, man. That was really exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the young men that I do interview, great grades. That goes far, man. You know, it doesn't matter how good you are if you can't get the grades because the way it is nowadays, these college coaches ain't waiting for you no more. There's too many transfer portals. There's too
Mhm.
many things going on. It's an influx of players all the time. So unless you're like a super maniac 5 star, they're gonna be like, hey, we gonna go ahead and go this route. So the fact that you already take care of a bit outside of football in the classroom, that gives you a step above everybody else. So let's talk about colleges right now. Obviously, last year, I seen you got some offers already.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of school will stand out for you for Brandon to want to actually attend? What would kind of seal the deal for you for a school?
Honestly, I just like a school that would like care about me and my interests.
Hmm.
Because in the end, I'm gonna get a college degree, and that college degree will take me far. Football too. If I have the opportunity to go pro, I would.
Hmm.
And to be honest, all I'm really looking for is a good education and a good football and a college that really cares about me and my goals and what I need and wants to help me grow as well.
I like that. I like that. So, what are you majoring in school?
Probably marketing and business and communications.
Okay. And what do you want to do with that in the future?
I'd probably work under an internship because a lot of colleges that I looked at were running with interns,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an internship in New York for Oracle,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd probably work under there and sell and market software to colleges and big time companies.
Nice. Now, are you the type that you would want to, let's say you get your degree, go with the company, or would you want to kind of maybe branch on your own and start this? How do you kind of feel about that?
Honestly, I depend. It depends on whatever happens and where it takes me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as of now, I'd probably work with the company.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Marketing, business, that's always money in that, especially with this way the world is going right now. You got to be able to market and do things like that because it's all internet savvy. Everything is based. So what they see in front of you is what we're going to see projections. So that's exciting. Now, you're in Florida. You've born and raised, been in Florida. I mean, you're a Florida boy through and through. There's a
So,
lot of schools out there in Florida. You know what I mean? Now, let's say you get about 3 or 4 offers for some Florida schools, but you get some offers out of state. Does out of state bother you, parents? Does it matter? It's just I want to make sure it goes hand in hand with schools, football, those things. Talk about that.
to be honest, not really. No, a lot of people are very scared of going out of state,
Mm-hmm.
but personally, I find it adventurous, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what's out there, man. Because I'm born and raised. I've lived in Florida. I've stayed here all my life. It'd be good to go visit around. Like, say I take an official visit somewhere up in like Minnesota or something. It's good to see the country, see what other things that lie there other than Florida.
He said, Minnesota. You sure about that? Because it's cold out there, buddy. I got one of my homies that live in Minnesota. That's cold. You going from Florida to Minnesota. You sure about that? Because when you go to that school, it's going to be
Yeah.
cold out there in them games.
Oh yes, it is. I love the cold though.
Oh,
Being
what?
a Florida person, I love the cold.
That's crazy because every kids I'll be interviewing, when they go to school, they be like, I ain't going no cold weather state. I'm staying in the hot weather. I'm not going to the cold. So that is very interesting that you said you actually like the cold and in a hot weather state. That's a first for me.
Mhm.
That's the first because I wouldn't do it. I don't like the cold. I'm in Ohio. I hate cold. I need heat all day. So I wish I was where you were at. I'm cool with 85, 90 degrees, sun, palm trees every day. You won't hear a peep out of me. I don't need snow for Christmas. I don't need none of that. Okay, just so you know. So you're bigger than me on that one because I hate the cold. So I'm glad Ohio been having coldless winters. They've been a little bit warmer. So I'm happy about that. So that one threw me for a loop. He said Minnesota. Woo. So how does your parents feel about that? Are they like, hey, have y'all talked about that? How's your family feel?
Personally, mom wouldn't want to see me leave, but she
I
said,
know she don't.
"Nope."
I know she like, come on, baby, you stay. It's nice out here. I want to be able to just go right down the street, go watch you. Don't go far. Huh.
Yeah. But other than that, no, she knows. She's just like, listen, if it comes down to what it comes down to, college is college, and if
Right.
you're going there for what you love, you like the college. By all means, I'm support you all the way.
That's what we like to hear. We love Mom Deuce for that. Hey, she's like it. I'd rather you stay here, so we ain't gotta go all far. But you know what? I'm gonna be behind your back, no matter what. That's what you gotta have. You gotta have that family support through and through. But let's talk about not just the family support, but just the support in general. I always ask the young men, and I think we talked about this before. Obviously, you are super self motivated. We can see it just from just talking to you. Somebody doesn't have to say, get up, go do this, or that. We can see the self-motivation. But is there anybody else that inspires you to be great? Anybody else that wants, pushes you besides yourself to say, you know what, I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for them too.
I'll say probably my grandparents and my parents as well, because they're always like, I come home from practice, I'm tired, I don't feel like it. They're like, you gotta make a protein shake, you gotta be on it. You got to be ready. You got to go to sleep. You got 8 hours of sleep. You build muscle and you grow and you sleep. And they understand my dreams and what I really want. And they're just there to help me. And I appreciate them for that. And without them, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Like I said, we always got to give a big shout out to the parents, especially that. Talking about getting the protein shakes, that's a new one right there. Hey, don't be going, you need them protein shakes. That's beastie right there. Cause I know my mom, it's funny when I was talking to my mom, she was like, I hated sports. I know you was playing sports, but I hated it. I was like, wow, well, my mom wouldn't have been telling me to get the protein shake. So that's amazing right there in itself that they're pushing you like that to be great beyond yourself. You know what I mean? You always need that support to continue to push you, even when you're tired. Somebody's there to always motivate you and help you. So that's always good to hear. Now, as far as schools, I know you have some schools recruiting you already. Some schools are looking at you. Are you attending any camps this season before you start the year? What's going on with that?
Hopefully by the end or middle of July, I'll be at Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not really.
Okay.
Mainly focusing on getting our team ready for the fall.
Right.
Strength training, teaching the young guys. Like we'll be in the weight room, teaching everybody proper form, proper run technique, everything they need to do, how they should really section themselves out for school. Because, when you have school, when you have practice, and then if you have any even other extracurricular activity, it becomes a lot. So we really want them to understand and learn, hey, this is what you should do. This is how you should break it up, because we went through it and we want it to be easier for you too.
Man, that's awesome, dog. You a great leader already, and if they got more guys like you, y'all gonna have an astounding season. Now, you did tell me something that you said you lost a lot of seniors. So, is it heavy underclassmen with your team right now? How's the outlook of your team? You got a lot of talent. You obviously you lost a lot of seniors. You were 11-2. How do you feel about the underclassmen coming up on you? Are you like, hey, I like these guys underneath me, and we're still excited, even though we lost a lot. We still feel good coming into this year.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I see the talents there. I see they're all with us. They're on the drive 2023, and they're doing what they can. I mean, they're understanding. They're really being there rather than being upset and like trying to go off and do their own thing. They're like really, okay, we want to learn. We want to know what they did. We want to understand. We want to be great. We're all one body. We all have the same goals. We want to all play at the next level and do the best that we possibly can. And I really like that about them. And the effort is there, and effort takes you even farther than talent. When you have talent with it, it's limitless.
There it is. Facts. 100% facts. Now, a college that's recruiting you right now, you said you're possibly going, you're going to the Brown camp, but you really want to focus on the season. I definitely understand that. So if a school is recruiting you right now and they're saying, we don't want you to play linebacker, but we want you to play a specific position in linebacker. Does that jive with you? Or are you the type of, hey, whatever, it's all good with me? Or are you like, I want to go to a school that's going to cater to my strengths? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're saying I'm really good at the weak side, are you going to focus on maybe schools that are looking at you at the weak side? Or, kind of talk to me about that before we kind of end this.
Honestly, there's a lot of flexibility for that for me because I don't mind playing any variation of linebackers, what it is. And listen, if they need me at middle, I'll be there for the team. If they need me I'll be there for the team. If they need me at weak, I'll be there for the team. Because no matter what happens, we're one body. You got to be there for somebody.
Right.
If somebody gets hurt, next man up, you got to step up. You got to be there. So to be honest, not really. It's not it's not a big deal breaker for me. I'm very flexible with it.
Coach is gonna love you, dog. Coach is gonna love you. Oh boy. Hey, y'all got a great one over there. If y'all listen to this interview, I'm telling you, coaches, right now, y'all got a great one, man. This kid is awesome. Y'all about to turn up, and you need more seniors like you on the squad. Because I said before, if I was an underclassman, I heard you talking and see you working, that's just gonna motivate me to be great. Well, I really appreciate you taking out your time, man. We was playing freaking Twitter tag for the last seems like 100 years, dog.
Really?
We finally, I was like, okay, you got it today? No, not today. Okay, I can't do it today. We can do it. But I'm glad we finally did it. And I can't wait to see. You're going to have an exciting senior season. You're going to go crazy. Go watch the tape, folks. I got it. I posted on the Twitter. And Brandon, whenever you get any kind of tape, whether it be camps or anything like that, please post it on your Twitter because I make videos all during the year, compilations of everybody so everybody can continue to see you. We can tag these recruiting services so we can get more people continue to get more understanding and know who you are and what you represent. So that's going to be exciting. So make sure you get that from me. Any last words before we get off here today?
Um, Nothing much. Just thank you so much for having me. And it was a pleasure.
Oh no, pleasure's all mine, dog. I love interviewing kids like you because number one, I feel like you understand the game just by listening to you talk. But outside the game, that's where it's really important to me. Obviously, we know the football field, but when you have somebody who has the smarts outside the football field, somebody who has the intelligence, it really goes a long way. And you have both of those hand in hand. So you're going to really destroy your senior season. We wish blessings for the school. I know we're going to be seeing on your Twitter. I have officially closed my recruiting. I am signing. That's what we want to see because that's what we know we're going to hear. So I'm excited to see that. And please go out there and support Braedon Serna out of Florida, Boca Raton. He's going to turn up again. And we really appreciate you taking out your time, man. And Big Game James, Braedon Serna, you know what it is. We'll be talking to you soon.